Could your healthy eating be making you fat, tired, and depressed? Hi, it's Michelle here, and the truth of the matter is it may well be. If you're feeling that you've been eating healthy for some time, or you've tried many diets in the past to lose weight, boost energy, or calm tummy troubles, or even clear acne, and you still haven't made progress, then you may have a food allergy or intolerance. Now, the tricky thing is testing for these doesn't always reveal the truth. But firstly, let's have a little look at the difference between a food allergy versus an intolerance, because I'm hearing a lot of people throw around the word allergy these days without really understanding the difference. A food allergy is a reaction due to an immune response by your body to an ingested food, and this immune response means that every organ of that beautiful nude of yours is affected, and this can cause a severe reaction or even be life-threatening. Now, those with food allergies really need to avoid those offending foods altogether. And reactions can be either instant or within an hour of eating those foods, and symptoms include things such as tingling of the mouth, vomiting, rashes, nausea, hives, swelling of the face and throat. Not very nice symptoms. Now, a food intolerance, on the other hand, is not an immune response and tends to be more of a digestive issue than anything else. Symptoms can include things such as fatigue, depression, stomach upset, weight gain, fluid retention, diarrhea, nausea, mood swings, headaches, irritability, shortness of breath, heart palpitations, acne, and there is more on the list. A long list. So food intolerances are much more common than allergies, and they can often be the underlying root cause of persistent health and body issues. Now, these symptoms can occur up to 48 hours after ingesting the food, which is why it can be a little tricky to detect. Now, there are many people suffering needlessly with their health and body with many of these symptoms due to something as simple as needing to remove one or two ingredients from their diet. And here's a kicker. Many of these are common foods and are thought to be healthy. And if that's not enough, you can even be totally addicted to those foods. Just to add on top of that, most health professionals never look at diet when treating patients. Now, I've experienced this with my own wellness journey as well as that of many clients that I work with. Now, of course, it is always best to go and get tested by an allergy and food intolerance specialist for these, but in addition, you can also keep a food diary as not everything shows up in tests. So if you do suspect some foods, do keep a food diary and you may start to see a pattern with your symptoms versus the food you're eating. Now, to help you out, there are a list of foods that are commonly very problematic for a lot of people. Number one is soy. Surprising, we're taught that it's the good stuff, but look, switch to rice milk or almond milk instead. Much better. Number two is gluten. Now, gluten allergies fall under the term celiac disease, and it is still possible to have an intolerance to gluten, but not have it show up in tests. Now, avoid grains such as oat, wheat, spelt, and rye. Now, do be mindful though about gluten-free products, as many of them do contain a lot of very highly processed starches, which is a subject for another day. Number three is wheat, and if you do not have a gluten intolerance, you may still have a wheat allergy or intolerance, so switch to sprouted breads instead, as they tend to be less of an issue for people. Now, number four is dairy, and all I'll say is there are many other amazing ways to get your calcium. Number five is food additives, and the biggest one here is the sulfites. They tend to be the most commonly problematic for people, and these, look out for food additive number 220 to 228. Now, there are many other foods that cause issues, but the ones listed here are, in my own experience, the most common. Now, as I said earlier, it is best to get thoroughly tested for both the allergies and intolerances. But if that's not an option for you and you're still having issues, then, do keep a food diary. It really does help. And most importantly, trust your body. Listen to your body. Lastly, eat clean. It's very important to eat clean with a diet full of fresh, live foods for optimum health and well-being. Now, if you have any questions, then I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me an email, and if you liked any of this information and found any of it useful, please do like the video or share it with a friend. And meanwhile, have a super awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.